haven't been to the Yae Publishing House in a while. Paimon wonders if they have any new books in.
Come on, this is a no-brainer, man. There's only one thing worth wishing for, and that is a ton of mora.
But the exam's next week. If I fail again, I'm seriously done for.
It's just an exam. Trust me, there's no problem you can't solve by throwing mora at it. If it does...
What are they arguing about? It's quite a spirited debate.
Huh? Really? You guys don't... You need but stand on this land at midnight, lower your head and recite a special incantation, then your wish... Looks like you guys really aren't in the loop. This, my friends, is the next big thing.
A wish ritual? That actually would, right? Even Paimon knows that's just not how the world...
I didn't believe it at first either. It's this guy called Kunihiko. He's practically always been unemployed, wastes his days away, and he owes a lot of money. Like a lot, but get this. I don't see him for a few days, and I heard it directly from him. He used this wishing ritual, and the next day he woke up to find his whole bed filled high with mora.
His whole bed was filled with... Wow!
Of course, I'm sure the part about waking up lying on a bed of mora is a bit of an exaggeration. Whether you believe it or not, it's not exactly a difficult ritual. It can't hurt to give it a try, right?
If you're still feeling skeptical, just ask around. There are a lot of very compelling stories going around these days.
Really? Well, come on! Let's go ask around right now, shall we? Well, if it really is true, then just think of all the mora Paimon could... Oh, and... On closer inspection, it seems like there really are a lot of people talking about this kind of stuff. Hey!
Grasp the thought in mind. Clear like the light of the moon. As close as kid.
No, it's not hear my summons, it's he.
Hey! What are you guys up to?
Whoa! Sheesh, you scared me.
Incantation? Are you guys trying...
Junkichi is trying it out, to be specific. He's hit a bit of a creativity block recently, so... I mean, I obviously don't. But Junkichi never listens to an outside opinion, so all I can...
Mr. Shigeru, can you please be a little more accommodating? This is People have had all kinds of wishes come true. Become more attractive, get rich quick, ace their studies. I'm just a poor, struggling... Anyway, I just know this is going to work.
Didn't you say the same thing when you went to make your wish at the Grand Narukami Shrine?
The omamori from the shrine take too long to have any effect on your luck.
Look, to be completely honest, I think you need to sit down and have a good think about what kind of story you want to write. Look at you now, trying dubious methods from any old light novel.
Wait. What? This wishing...
Yep, it's from the one called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. No, it's most likely a self-published title. It just appeared out of nowhere and took Inazuma by... As a fellow writer, I'll refrain from passing comment on how well the story is written, but everyone is saying...
Look, Junkichi, yes, everyone's saying it's real, it works, but that's only half the story. I've also heard lots of people saying that...
What's so surprising about that? They're probably just giddy with joy at having...
This is starting to sound a little... Why don't we go to the Grand Narukami Shrine and ask Yae Miko about it? She's the expert when it comes to both light novels and... Miko! Great, you're here!
Well, hello there, young ones. What brings you to the shrine? It just so happens that I have a wonderful novel here. I highly... Oh? Well, what did you want to ask?
Well, we were just... actually, you look kind of busy.
No, not at all. It's nothing major.
Lady Guji, what do you mean, nothing major? I'm begging you, you've got to help me.
It really is nothing major. I stand by that. Oh, but since you're so
You two seem to have a good relationship with Guji-ai. Please, put in a good word for me. You have to convince her to help my brother. Here's what happened. My name is Kato Yohei, and my brother is Kato Shingo. All he's ever wanted is to become a swordmaster, so he once asked Sensei Domon. Domon turned him away. Took one look at him and said he didn't have what it takes to train in the art of the sword. But my brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could, but since his victory, he's been acting extremely strange. It's like he's become a completely different person. The doctors can't find anything wrong with him, so I'm betting it must be the work of an evil...
You know, there really aren't as many evil spirits lurking around as you seem to think. Your brother achieved the goal he'd been striving toward for as long as he can remember, and now it's gone. If it were me, I'd just leave him be for a couple of days.
No, Lady Guji. If you saw him for yourself, you'd know. I guarantee you he's not...
Oh, all right. Then tell me, when did your brother...
About 5 days ago.
5 days ago, you say?
Yes, Lady Guji. That's a long time for him to be acting up like this. Our greatest wish is to one day found our own school, just like...
Wait a minute, now I'm a little confused. Are you here to save your brother, or are you here to...
well, there...
Whatever. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of any interesting new rumors lately?
What? Rumors? I haven't heard anything.
Oh dear. Well, that's too bad.
Lady Guji, please stop changing the subject. This is someone's life we're talking about here. Please, you've...
Miko, he seems really desperate. His thing with his brother sounds really bad.
Okay, fine. Then it's decided.
Yay, Miko! So you're gonna help him?
Kato, whatever your name was, these two guests are trusted acquaintances of mine, and in fact, they are experts in resolving all manner of strange and supernatural phenomena.
Yeah! Wait a sec!
Really?
Is that hesitation that I detect in your voice? So let me get this straight. You come begging to me for help?
Not at all, never. Whatever Lady Guji says, I trust wholeheartedly. Thank you two for your willingness to help. Please follow me.
No, hold on a hot second, Miko. We may be a lot of things, but we ain't exorcists!
Don't worry. If he wants an exorcism, just grab a handful of salt and mutter some mumbo-jumbo while you're sprinkling it around. It's a common trope in light novels, right? You just have to have a bit of bravado. As soon as the protagonist gains self-confidence, everything else just magically falls into place. Well, you were the ones who seemed concerned about his situation. Don't you think it would be a little unfair to make me do all the work? Besides, we both know you wouldn't be here at the Grand Narukami Shrine unless you had a request for me too. This is an opportunity to demonstrate that you come in good faith.
This feels all wrong. But you technically have a point, so...
All right, let's go. Don't worry now, I'll be coming along too.
Okay, let's follow Yohei and go visit his brother. What is going on here? Granted, you can never be quite sure what's going on in Miko's mind, but she seems even more disinterested than usual in Yohei's... Well, a life's at stake here, so it looks like we'll have to deal with that first before we'll get the chance to ask her about the incantation stuff.
How strange. My brother's been meditating here pretty much constantly over the past few days, but now he's...
Meditating?
Yeah, it's something that he suddenly started doing after defeating Domon's disciple. He just sits there alone, talking to himself. It's pretty disturbing, actually. But that's not important right now. Where the heck could he have gone in his current state?
This does pose a bit of a problem. If we can't find your brother, well, we can't perform an exorcism with nothing to exorcise, can? Kato, whatever your name was, given the circumstances, why don't you start by going to find your brother and also picking up a handful of salt on your way? We'll need to use it during the...
Okay. Okay, got it. I'm on it.
Miko, what about us? Shouldn't we help look for his brother too?
No need. While What's-His-Face is handling that, we'll take a walk around and ask people what they know about the...
Hello, sir. We'd like to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, are you debt collectors? Yohei said to tell you not to worry. He'll be able to pay you back.
Huh? Debt collectors? But, it sounds like
Well, yes. I don't think there's any disputing that. Those two don't...
Huh? But Yohei said his brother has always wanted to become a sword master, and even...
That's true, yes. Shingo begged Domon to take him on, and eventually, he finally relented. But even after convincing a renowned sensei to give him a chance, he was the same as... In the end, Domon had had enough and kicked him out. But Shingo was resentful about it. He blamed Domon for not seeing his potential, and even declared that he would challenge a disciple of Domon to a duel.
Wait, what? That's not what we heard.
Oh, how interesting. We heard a slightly different version. My brother wasn't about to resign himself to defeat. He trained every day as hard as he could and finally proved himself by...
Yohei said that? That Shingo trained hard. That's ridiculous. He just lay there cussing to high heaven all day. Yohei did tell me about Shingo winning the fight, but I took it with a grain of salt. You can ask Kenji.
We've come to ask you about the Kato brothers.
Oh, you mean Shingo and Yohei?
Yeah, we heard that Shingo defeated an apprentice of Domon's recently. Is that true?
Yes, it's true. Wait, so are you here because you heard they're starting...
We're not here to sign up, but we would like to hear more details about...
Well, you've come to the right person. I actually went to watch it. I thought it was a joke when I first heard that Shingo was going to challenge a disciple of the Meikyo Shisui art. But when he drew his sword, the way he handled his blade, it was like flowing water, mesmerizing to watch. Domon's disciple is no pushover.
Is Shingo really that strong?
Yep, he seemed pretty euphoric after winning the duel too. He was celebrating very vocally, saying something like...
Any other details to share? We've heard that Shingo has been
I'd definitely say that he has more energy than he used to. In the past, he never used to do much except lie around sunbathing all day. But just yesterday, for example, I saw him cutting down trees for the village head. In the space of one afternoon, he did what most people couldn't finish in 3 days. Not only that, but he managed to
Quite impressive.
Things got weird after that, though. The village head brought out some tofu for him, and he just flipped out. He shouted, "What is that stuff? Keep that away from me!" And then ran...
Lady Guji, esteemed exorcists, I found my brother. He's at the waterfall, and I've got the salt you asked for.
Oh, as much as I'd prefer to stay and hear some more delicious details, I suppose we'd better be
Look over there. That's him at the waterfall.
So this is Yohei's brother. Whoa. Hey, listen! He's talking.
Woo! Can you feel? Found your own school. Ha! So shit. Please, spare me! Spare me! I can't take any more. I'm gonna die. Yohei! Yohei! Save me!
Did you hear that? All the nonsense aside, he's going for help!
Huh? Who goes there?
He stood up! And now he's coming this way!
No, don't come any. Help!
What do we do? Miko, think of something!
Oh, poor Yohei, your brother's life is hanging in the balance, and he's using his. The way it looks to me is that Shingo feels.
I don't know what to tell you.
You don't know. But surely you should have more in. Yohei, I suggest you think very carefully before. Your brother is your closest relative. And yet, 5 whole days pass before it occurs to you to come and seek help from me.
But,
As you wish. It's fine by me if you don't want to. But after Shingo dies, you'll be next. It's futile trying to escape. Anywhere in the world you run to, it will be right behind your back.
All right, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything. Yes, that's it. The one that's all the rage right now. You just have to recite an incantation. Just like the book described, we drew the magic symbol, stepped inside it barefoot at midnight, said the incantation. After my brother wished to become a swordmaster, it really worked. Out of nowhere, he suddenly had these amazing sword skills. But his whole because I was worried that if that happens, it'd ruin our plans to start a martial arts school, and we'd be back to being poor. I just wanted to keep this under wraps.
So then, why'd you go to the Grand Narukami Shrine?
Well, 'cause with the way he's acting now, I was worried that rumors might start spreading that he's gotten involved in the occult arts or something, and then no one would want to sign up as. So I was thinking that maybe Lady Guji might have a way to get my brother back to normal, but let him.
My, look at you with your ingenious schemes. Stop deluding yourself. These newfound sword skills are not his. They belong to the spirit that has possessed him.
You're right. We were wrong to do.
All right, then. Your turn now, my little friend. Toss the salt, and then draw your sword.
What is that?
It's the spirit!
See that? That's what you summoned. And look, now that Shingo's no use, it's coming straight for you.
Save me! Save me!
Miko, he fainted! What do we do now?
We do nothing. But you, little one, just a quick fight and this will all be over.
Come on, fight me!
He's coming! Be careful!
Hey, try not to enjoy this.
Nice and spicy!
Ready!
Dodge this!
You win! This.
I haven't felt this great in a long, long time.
He disappeared! But he looked pretty content at the end. Huh. Well, Paimon sure is confused. Do you know—
We can talk about it later. They're about—
What am I?
Shingo, are you alright?
Yohei, I had the weirdest dream.
I dreamed that I wasn't a useless loser with a sword anymore. I thought we could finally open a dojo of our own now. But then I realized I couldn't control my own body. And I was terrified, and I wanted to take control of my body back, but I couldn't. And the voice...
Shingo, we shouldn't have made that wish. We summoned a spirit and it possessed you.
Yes, and had we not come to your rescue, your life would have been over before too much longer.
Thank you, Lady Guji, and thank you for your assistance,
All right, take him to get some rest. He's very weak right now. He will experience a high fever, but it won't be fatal. Remember, at this point I would normally lecture you on the dire consequences of using occult methods to obtain power that does not belong to you.
Yes, we understand now. We won't do it ever again.
Thank you, Lady Guji. Thank you. We'll be on our way then. Come on.
Miko, would they really have lost their lives if we had... And if so, why the heck were you so reluctant to help them?
Oh, they would have been fine. I had to scare them a little, though. Otherwise, I hardly think these two...
So, what was it that possessed...
You saw it all for yourselves. I'm sure you can figure out what kind of spirit had possessed him, can't you?
Ah! Paimon's got it. It was an oak.
Correct. Although it possessed Shingo, it didn't have any ill intentions. As a matter of fact...
Huh. Fair enough. But...
Tossing salt caused it to temporarily leave Shingo's body. Then, you exhausted its strength. Even if we'd done nothing at all, Shingo would have eventually become too weak for his body to host the spirit, and it would have left of its own accord. Of course, it would have been more stressful for Shingo and Yohei that way. Still, the experience may ultimately...
Whew. Well, the main thing is that...
All right, seems like we've wrapped up everything here. Come on, off we go.
Hold on, Miko. You say everything's wrapped up...
You mean you disagree? Oh, you mean that they got the incantation from that book.
Actually, that book's the whole reason we came looking for you at the shrine today.
Human beings don't have powers like us yokai. It's quite understandable for them to be interested in incantations to summon the...
That's not the point. The problem is that the incantations in the book...
Even then, humans only have so much strength. Even if they do successfully summon it...
But who wrote this book? And why? What do you think, Traveler? Yeah, Yohei and Shingo may have been fine in the end, but things got pretty...
Lady Yae,
Kuroda, what are you doing here?
I'm here to report on Yae Publishing House's sales for the last month. All the numbers are here.
Let me see. What? We're...
Yes, overall bestseller, reader's favorite, and trending ranking. We're being beaten in all categories. One book is topping the charts. It's called A First-Hand...
Both of you, back here now!
Miko? What is it?
Things just got serious. A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is an all-round... Just what is that supposed to mean? I worked extremely hard to promote our latest featured work, and now I have to come up with a counterplan. And you...
Huh? How is this our problem all of a sudden?
Paimon, please. Who wrote this book and why? Don't we think there might be a bigger Oh, am I to take it that the safety of the people of Inazuma isn't so important in your eyes after all?
Wait, what just happened?
Nothing's wrong, okay? Come on. I'm going to head back and make some preparations.
Miko, we're here. So what's your plan of action to deal with this rival book?
Why don't you take a guess? I'll give you a hint. It's to do with the Yae Publishing.
Oh, Paimon knows! Combine the reputation of the Yae Publishing House.
Oh, wow. Your first guess and... wrong.
Yeah!
A first-hand guide to summoning spirits is the hottest light novel right now. If we did as you suggested, in bending over backwards trying to warn everyone about the dangers, all we would accomplish is to create more curious...
Okay, yeah, that would be pretty catastrophic.
Leaving aside the issue of the enormous manpower and resources such an operation would require...
But that means there's nothing we can do.
Well, I've been thinking. I've read a first-hand guide to summoning spirits. It has many other good qualities. The book contains many ancient kaidan, or tales of the supernatural. I think we're going to have a difficult time trying to... That's right. How do you get rid of the next big thing? So what we're going to do is create Ina's... smash our rivals' sales numbers and win our readers back. Incidentally, this will also be the best way...
Wait, Miko. So you want us to...
Well, becoming an accomplished novelist certainly isn't an overnight process. But let's not... I did say this is what we're going to do. I trust that the word... Anyway, there is a writer submission event going on at the moment. Start by talking to readers and finding out what they're into. When you have an idea of... I'll be at Uyu Restaurant. Find me there when you're done. I will assemble a team, and we can work while we eat.
The new book from Yae Publishing House is out. Come take a look.
Shogun must have her reasons.
The Yae Publishing House has held many writer submission events to date. The winner gets a huge amount of publicity. It's been the ticket to fame for a lot of authors. If you've got a good idea for a story...
The key to a successful light novel is having good illustrations. When to use illustrations, what they should contain, and which artist you should commission for them. Good illustrations can make up for bad writing. But on the flip side, a bad illustration, there's a saying that light novels are essentially a case of buy art, get words free. I'd agree with that. Too bad most of the top artists have... The illustrations in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits are incredible, but it's unlike any art style I've ever seen before.
I've been reading light novels for a long time now. I'm mainly into big, ambitious fantasy works with an original core concept and these days, though, everyone seems to be imitating each other. Most of the time, I can guess what the story is about just from the... The only recent book worth mentioning is A First-Hand Guide to Summoning... Not only is it a good story, but the descriptions are really true to life. So much so that I'm almost wondering if maybe the author really has met all those yokai before.
I'll be honest, I read light novels for the cheap thrills. In most traditional stories, the protagonist usually has this long and drawn-out character arc, usually involving a process of separation. By contrast, there's this popular light novel at the moment called A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, where the protagonist is a kitsune who has not only mastered the secret art of incantations, but also teaches...
There's much more to light novels than Paimon realized. Let's go tell our findings to Yae Miko.
What's the hurry?
There you are. You've already met Junkichi and Shigeru. Shigeru is an experienced editor, and Junkichi is the author he's partnered with. Junkichi's working through a creative lull at the moment, but all his past works have been very... Satomi is Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole. Her specialty is that she can write all kinds of completely different stories and all under different pen names. As for what those names are, well, that's a trade secret. They will be teaming up with us to collectively create the novel that knocks a first-hand guide to summoning spirits off its...
It definitely makes...
Now then, tell me what you found out about readers' preference. All very true. An original core concept, a fast pace, quality illustration. More importantly than that, even though it's a work of fiction, we have to deliver a sense of realism.
Paimon followed pretty much all of that, but there's still one... For example, we know we need an original core concept.
Before you can answer that question, take a first-hand guide to summoning spirits, for example. When I read it, all I find is common knowledge to the kitsune. But to the general public, it's bursting with new and interesting ideas. It all comes down, as a traveler, there must be a great many things you know that are complete unknowns to the people of Inazuma. What is common...
Oh, right! So maybe we can take inspiration from our time in Mondstadt and... But that would make it a completely different genre than a first-hand guide to summoning spirits.
Not at all. You don't have to worry so much about how to compete with that book. All you have to do is provide some interesting ideas based on your travel experiences. As long as the core content is interesting, my expert team here will be able to flesh out the details.
All right, let's start with Chapter 1 then. What are you thinking? No one would ever go for that! No matter...
Out of a maximum of 10 points, I'd give that a 9. Is there really flying emergency food in other worlds? How does it taste? And how do you... It's a strong opening. An easy way to grab the reader's attention. Never underestimate the appeal of culinary-oriented subject matter.
Hey!
Good job, little one. You're not only drawing on your own experiences, but it seems you're filtering them through the lens of the kinds of light... Thoughts from the experts? Are we able to work with this general framework to make an interesting story?
Yeah, we think it works. I tend to overcomplicate the core concept if I'm not careful, so this deals with that problem.
That's good. Okay, we're done with Chapter 1. Let's move on to Chapter 2.
Won't that do for now?
Readers will devour your content a lot more quickly than you'd think. If we don't keep delivering the goods now we've caught their attention, all our hard work so far is in vain. Hurry, Chapter 2, let's go. Can't you see that Satomi is waiting?
What's wrong with you? You don't look so good.
What a pity. I thought your beginner's luck would carry you a little further.
Before it came to what? What's up?
The bane of our existence, writer's block. It's your arch nemesis for life, appearing without warning and inflicting a pain worse than death upon...
Sounds awful!
When this happens, the best thing you can do is have a bite to eat and take a... boss, get me a plate of fried tofu, and... Don't worry, this is my treat.
Your treat? Oh, wait a minute. Miko?
Of course, everyone that takes part in the creative process will be paid.
All right, cool. Then let's press on, shall we? Don't give up now. For the sake of our paycheck, get your break! Ooh! Does this mean your inspirations come back? Let's see now. The protagonist arrives in Liyue and befriends a young man who doesn't have... With the help of the Qixing and the protection of the Adepti. Is this the kind of cheap thrill that guy was talking about?
I give it a 9.8. The story is fun and action-packed with no dark undertones. Also, there are a great many legends about Rex Lapis. I, for one, think there's a sizable market.
All right, well... Let's just hope Zhongli doesn't mind.
Great. Well, now Satomi can get started on that.
Leave it to me, Lady Yae.
Let's write about Inazuma in the 3rd chapter, shall we? I can help with this one. We can use the Vision Hunt Decree or your experience in the Resistance. Any ideas? Clearly very closely based on your own personal experience, with no major changes at all. That's fine. Since it's something that took place in Inazuma, it might actually be one thing, though. We'll need to rewrite the part about me giving you the omamori. Let's change it to... The mysterious Lady Kitsune teaches the protagonist a spell that can make their wishes come true.
Whoa. So we're really going head-to-head with our...
I suppose so. Once they're done writing the
Are we done then? Do you really think this will be able to beat a first-hand...
The content is fine. Now we just need to I will contact an artist to make some illustrations. I'm positive they will be at least as good as those in A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits. She runs a regular Q&A column in That's Life magazine. The people of Inazuma absolutely. You're free to take a break while the creative team is doing their work, but please go by the Yae Publishing House at some point to commission Ms. Hina for that recommendation.
What's the hurry? What's the hurry?
Miss Hina doesn't usually do endorsements, but since it's Lady Guji, with Miss Hina getting so popular lately, a lot of people have come to us hoping to do it, but Miss Hina's not interested in any of it. She still prefers to focus all her efforts on replying to readers' letters. Maybe that's why her fans like her so much. I'm getting off topic here. Anyway, may your light novel sell well and set a new record for the Yae Publishing House.
We'll do our best.
Are you sure you'd like to submit this entry? Let me see. The Miraculous Adventures of the Traveler by...
What a strange pen name. Definitely your doing. Having been around...
What do you mean, strange? It took a lot of work by a lot of different people.
We'll get this printed as a matter of priority and conduct trial sales in pilot locations throughout Inazuma.
Uh-oh. Paimon's getting a little nervous now. Do you really think this is gonna work?
That's right. Be confident in your work. That's exactly how a light novelist should be.
Okay, then I'll sign you up. Please come back in 3 days for the results. Thank you all for your submission. I wish you the very best of luck. You've all finally made it. Good news, everyone. I just received word that your light novel is flying off the shelves. Multiple sales locations are asking when we'll be printing more copies.
Woohoo!
This level of success is an amazing accomplishment for a new work. Most new books don't sell 30% of what you've sold. I have free copies for each of you here. Please take them. The payment will follow shortly, and I'll notify you to come and collect it when the time comes.
Oh yeah! The whole reason why we made this light novel was to combat the influence. We sold a lot of copies, but it doesn't feel like we accomplished our goal.
Oh, don't worry. Shh. Listen to what the people around us are talking.
Hey guys, have you heard about this latest Kaidan thing doing the rounds? You just need to recite the incantation from a first-hand...
Oh, that? That's a throwback. That's old news, man. No one's talking about that anymore. The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune is the new hit thing.
The Secret Spells of Lady Kitsune?
You haven't read it yet? Okay, so supposedly, if you recite the spell in there on a moonless night, you'll receive protection of the Kitsune and all the other... I heard that the incantations in a first-hand guide to summoning spirits have weird side effects. This one guy wished for a load of Mora, and they actually had to use one of the secret spells of Lady Kitsune. That proves that the incantations in this book are more potent than the ones everyone was trying before.
Really? Well, I better go and prepare too.
Well, feeling less worried now?
Wow, you're right! Everyone, but what's this moonless night that they're... Hyman doesn't remember that detail from the brainstorming session.
This is something that will become very...
There's a phase 2?
Of course. Behind every book that hits the market lies an...
Oh yeah, if we leave him to his own devices, he might do... Also, we still need to figure out what his motive for writing...
Exactly. That's what we need to take care of next. Fortunately, I've already managed to identify... But when we went to ask him about it, he had no recollection whatsoever of... Yes, this is another case of possession. Only this time, after his novel submission failed, he was walking aimlessly in Araumi. In frustration, he shouted out, "Please, someone, anyone."
But the spirit that wrote the book has already left him now, right?
Simple. It wrote a summoning incantation in the book, didn't it? So we can just use... And you, my little friend, are the perfect candidate for this role. Oh, what are you talking about?
I didn't know you were such a slacker.
Miko, what is this place?
The ideal spot for a little meet and greet with a certain elusive author. This is the place where we are most likely to succeed in summoning the spirit.
Really? But it feels so...
That seems rather fitting, considering that we are dealing... What are you so afraid of, honestly? We're finally about to meet the true author of a first...
Paimon's heart is pounding, but Paimon's pretty sure it's not...
Come on.
Hey, wait up! Ooh, Paimon's scared. Stay close... What a weird painting. Miko, do you know what it's supposed to show?
Probably a scene from ancient Inazuma.
It's a good piece of artwork and all, but it's... Looks like the artist signed their name.
Let's go inside and take a look.
Let's get down to business. Cool it. Freeze. My blade.
Come a little closer.
Fall before me.
Booba, get them!
Very
Windblade!
cool it.
Nice and spicy!
You win this battle.
Wow, this place is huge! Hey, is that a mirror? There's a really weird-looking stool as well. Wonder what it's for.
Ah, I see. Huh. This setup is quite handy. Saves me a lot of work. All right, go and take a look around. There should be a mechanism somewhere that makes the whole room move.
Come a little closer.
What's one more? Oh, so sorry. Take this.
Windblade! You're toast!
Fall before me. Cheap tricks. Freeze.
Come on now, right here. Right now. Now you've got my attention. Right here.
Push your luck. Cool it. This will do. Taste my
Right hand into the fire!
ready. You win this battle.
Race you!
It's my lucky day.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
2 pounds frostbite.
Windblade! Yeah!
Freeze. To the very
Come a little closer. I'm always watching.
Doc, don't push your luck.
You're open.
Cool it. Don't push your luck.
Nice and spicy.
You're in for a little shock.
You're open.
You're in for a little shock.
Whoa, it's the painting we just saw. It's turning this way along with the whole wall. It's getting eerier and scarier.
Okay, next I will show you a secret kitsune spell. This painting is a swift summoning medium, which means the murky mirror reflects the view of Inazuma in a bygone age. Spirits stirred by the sight of the past will be easily drawn to it. You're up next, little one. Come on, sit yourself down here. Yes, the whole point of a summoning ritual is for a dead person's spirit to possess a living person's body. You saw what happened to that Oni samurai spirit. After leaving the host's body, he was only able to maintain his form for a very
Are we positive that summoning a spirit to possess the traveler isn't gonna have any lasting negative consequences?
Oh, you really care about the little one quite a lot, don't you? I'm a little jealous. I wish my friends were caring like that. Anyway, are you scared, little friend? Don't you worry. Sit on the chair, stare at the painting, and relax your body and mind. Try and be natural. There's really no need to be nervous.
It's like she's sitting inside the painting. Huh? Is Paimon seeing things? Did the painting just move?
Recite the incantation in your heart, little one. Also, Now, what kind of wish do we think it would take to summon forth the author of
Probably something to do with writing.
Very good. The wish needs to be heartfelt, though, so let me help add a little realism to the equation. The book is selling exceptionally well, Traveler, but we're going to need an outline for Chapter 4 as soon as humanly possible. When is the earliest that you can turn it in by?
The painting is moving again! What the?
I never thought the day would come when I'd be summoned you. What have we here? Another budding writer? What's come over you all? Why is
We got you! So you were the one who wrote a first-hand guide to summoning spirit. What are you trying to do, Why'd you put that summoning incantation in the book?
Huh? What's this? Oh, I see. No wonder this felt so familiar. I've walked right in. You ask me what my game is here? Well, of course. It was to use this incantation as a means for all the souls of the departed yokai.
What? Paimon knew it! You had an evil plan all along!
Oh, did you now? Then how naive of you to let me possess this body so easily. I sense, yes, great power within her. Good. Good! With this power, no one...
Wake up! Quick! Wake up! We gotta stop him!
It is futile. You shall never wake her again. This...
Hey! Come on, wake up! Don't let him take your mind! Miko, think of something! Miko! Miko! You're laughing?
Oh, Rakusai, you haven't
Well, you made the face enough times that I couldn't exactly miss the hint. This is what you were going for, yes? Never one to stand on the sidelines of a good spectacle, are you? Look what you've done to this little flying one here. Aw, poor thing scared witless.
You were having plenty of fun playing the bad guy a moment ago. Now...
Rakusai? Miko, you guys know each other?
Yes, we do. Of course we do.
Allow me to formally introduce the author of A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits, Urakusai. No, wait. To be more accurate, it's Urakusai's memory.
Memory? But isn't he a spirit?
Ah, spirits, memories. They're just different words to describe the same thing. Something that comes from the ley lines.
Do you remember that recent incident when the Rift Hounds were gnawing at the sacred Sakura's roots? You witnessed human memories leaking from the ley lines, didn't you? Well, since there are human memories, in life, yokai possess supernatural powers. And even when they are a shadow of their former selves from a bygone era, they still... Typically, yokai memories survive longer in the world than those of humans.
Indeed, indeed. I was wandering around the sacred Sakura's roots when I suddenly heard someone yelling, "Please, someone!" It piqued my curiosity, so I popped inside his body and wrote a novel for him.
So that's how it happened. But why did you...
Oh, little one. Not to toot my own horn here, but when I was alive, I wasn't just another kitsune, no. But with this incantation, they can go one last little joyride in the world for a couple of days. Anything they're still itching to do, they can go and get it done.
But...
She's trying to say that all the commotion this causes is likely to be a great
disturbance? I guess you mean that we might leave them with some broken dreams after we leave, hmm? But you know, I actually think that the most admirable thing about human beings is the way that they go out and As for those who would rather draw on external power than seek to improve themselves, so when you think about it, we're actually doing the humans a big favor.
Yes, that's what
All right, then. You finally convinced Paimon. You...
What are you scared of, little one? Don't be deceived by her day-to-day...
Not only that, Urakusai, but my latest work has beaten that book you wrote, A First-Hand Guide to Summoning Spirits.
Of course. You were never one to make extra work for yourself where you can help it. And yet you went to all these lengths to find my... You were always the one to pick a quarrel with me when we all used to gather around and share stories. All right. You win, I lose. Happy now?
I finally get to hear you say it centuries later. Ooh, I must...
I remember when you were just a little girl, always hanging off my...
Oh, Urakusai, how much...
Not much. That goes... Everyone's quite content in many ways, but they still can't help but ask.
Don't you worry about... When my bell rings, it means the moonless night is upon...
Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Miko, it's been nice catching up, but I'd better conserve my energy if I want to stick it out until then. So, I'll be on my way now.
All right. Goodbye then, Urakusai.
One last thing, Miko. I just want to know, have you been...
I've been great, of course. Every day is a happy one, especially these days. Not only do I have my light novels, but I've also met... And even A is finally starting to come to her senses. Quite a miracle, given how pighead...
Oh, well, great. That's fantastic.
Urakusai, you'd be right at home in this era. A great storyteller and artist like yourself would be the Yae Publishing House's ace in the hole.
He disappeared. Are you awake? How are you feeling?
Are you all there? Here, like last time, repeat after me. Oh, you beat me to it. Looks like your brain... So, your first possession, What was it like? Good. Hearing Rakusai admit defeat has put me in the most wonderful mood. In return, it's only fair that we make sure to deliver on what they're all hoping for. Yes, though they only represent a tiny proportion of the memories in the ley lines, it will still be quite a sight to behold when the time comes. Since you've come this far, why don't you do one last thing for me,
You cannot be serious, Miko! After all the... You guys teamed up to scare Paimon just now! If you...
Aw, come on. I'm really only asking you to finish what you started.
Paimon's paycheck? Well, there's no way out now. We're in too deep. So many! They're everywhere! Huh?
Yes, the memories of the yokai. They haven't been able to relax and soar through the air like this for a long time. Come with me. You all right, little one? You look a little nervous.
It's just... Paimon's never seen anything like this before! Whoa, they've really blocked out the moon!
It does look a little intimidating, doesn't it? But I know them. They may be loud and brash at times, but they are good and brave souls. Even after losing their lives in a brutal war, they have never given in to grief or despair. Alas, their time is short. It's a feast, and all feasts come to an end. Since you're sorry to see them leave, why don't you do the recital along with me? O Hakushin, cause of this enchantment, In reverence, I perform this rite.
In reverence, I perform this rite.
To be a guiding light.
The book says, recite the secret spells of Lady Kitsune tonight, and our wishes will come true.
Oh, Hakushin, cause of this enchantment.
I perform this rite to be a guiding light.
Your unrivaled power
Will be honored eternally.
Murakusai, you asked if I was doing well. Really, every day is a happy day for me. But watching you all leave now, I can't help but feel a little lonely. Just a little, of course. Just as I thought. The ritual went very smoothly. Thank you both. Oh,
But the look on your face just...
I'm fine, seriously. No. Honest.
Miko.
Fine. Well, if you're dead set on doing something for me...
Sure, no problem. A meal it is.
Okay. Well, see you soon.
Today is the day we agreed to treat Miko to a meal. The venue is Uyu Restaurant. Let's go!
Wait is unbearable. How is the next chapter of the miraculous adventures?
It was quite a surprise when the moonless night finally...
Yeah, that huge black cloud over Mount Yogo that night.
But then nothing happened after I made a wish using the method in that book.
Yeah. I guess light novels are just fiction after all, huh?
That night was definitely the nail in the coffin for the incantations from novels fad. Still, something tells me...
Huh? Paimon can't see Miko anywhere. Guess she's not out here.
Ah, my little friends. There you are.
Miko, what is this? You started eating without us?
I did, yes. You're paying, after all. The thought of being able to eat the most expensive dishes and drink the finest sake, all for absolutely free. Ah, boss, see these two faces here? Remember them. They're the ones picking up the bill later.
Alrighty.
What's gotten into you? Come on, you have to try this fish. It's found exclusively in the waters around Seirai. Or maybe you'd rather try this? I know. If you don't drink alcohol, that's fine too. They're all...
Last time we were here working on the novel, all you ordered for us was the plainest...
Strange. I remember no such... Oh, so what? You did offer to treat me to a meal, didn't you?
Miko, this meal is going to be super expensive!
Oh, don't you worry about that. You can most definitely afford it. They're still printing your light novel.
What? Aw, darn it! She tricked us into this! Miko was after our Mora from the very beginning!
Oh, by the way, since nobody's wishes came true on them, so you'll have to come up with something new for the next chapter of... The deadline is looming.